It's 9 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Investigations into the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw are continuing this evening. Miss Shaw was found dead in her home at approximately 10 p.m. last night in what police are describing as a puzzling case. Residents are urged to be cautious until the perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. In other news, Monroe has been detained on urgent business, so you're stuck with me until she returns. Never fear, Monroe fans. We still have lots of pre-recordings, so you can relax with her angelic tones. That's 9 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Very good.
That's something you could say about most dreams that are recurring dreams.
Of course.
There's an unresolved issue here, but it's related to shopping, and I'm wondering what the shopping stands for, whether it's probably not literal. I mean, as you know, Monroe, you've interpreted so many dreams. She made her put everything back on the shelves. So it's almost someone puts a lot of effort into something, but they don't get redeemed for it. They have to.
Don't confirm the existence of travelers. They're not ready.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis. Loss of money actually relates to a loss of self-identity. So Poe was very close with what he was saying because
Al, I'm so sorry. You mean everything to me. I won't let you die.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. It's you who's shrouded in darkness, my love. Elle, we must finish what we started.
Nope. Let's finish it.
Elle, I fell in love with you the first day we met. You ripped out my heart, diced it into pieces, and reshaped it in your form. I will always be yours, forever. Elle, will you marry me?
No. Yes!
Elle, I love you. You don't know how happy you've made me. My angel. My absolute angel.
Are you really married?
Yes, you've met my wife and family. They're sadly not actors I've hired to make my life look richer than it is. Tomorrow, I will tell her about us. And I will leave her. Another heart broken, another family destroyed, another villainous father.
Is your wife gonna kill me?
No. At least I don't think so. She doesn't know anything about us. Not yet, anyhow.
Quite creepy. Now we're alone.
Hey, I'm going. There's too many people asking questions, it's exhausting. I'm off to stay at my aunt's. I'll come back tomorrow, but I've said everything I can say.
And
Correct.
it's got engravings on it. I think they're animals?
Alice, do you have the amethyst?
What?
Poe's amethyst pendant? The one we have the buyer for?
Poe's pendant?
Okay, we're playing silly buggers now. Don't worry about it. My buyer would have found something by the time you pitch up with it anyway.
Household item.
I honestly
I doubt you've ever used one of those. You've never used a mangle.
A mangle?
Only job is literally to flatten bed sheets. Nobody takes that amount of care nowadays. But this particular mangle was Hirona in the 1960s.
Oh my gosh.
They were all identical quadruplets, aged 17. Apparently, their rest mangle. But I obviously can't vouch for that.
Why were they crushed?
Good question. Is now closed.
Dreams?
Oh, it's you. I was hoping it might be Zach. No. And I've got some very important news for him if he ever shows up. Yes, if he ever shows up.
That's interesting. So she wants to, at least the person she's...
Sorry, Sam, what can I do for you? Yeah, I always cry around this time of night. What's the point, Sam, huh? If we can't save them. Mercury is a curse. It's like some tourist guide for murders. I try for Lexi and Rain to make them think that we can make a difference, make a change, but we haven't so far. What if we can't make a change? Maybe if we could just save one person, Sam. Alice. We need to save her. We need to. Not really. But it wants to know why you're hesitating. Mercury thinks you are. I can see its point. Alice is in danger and you're still here asking questions. You have to stop asking questions and start taking actions. Sam, this is your time. Be ready.
With Poe and Monroe. So, Helen's written in with her dream. And she said,
Honestly, you don't. Once they're caught, a few hours later, they've hopped timelines into someone else. We just keep chasing them, continuously trying to stop them ruining lives. No, but they don't like being exposed. If Mercury pointed them out, they're already in trouble. We'd do a reading. Mercury would know.
Who wants to change, but somehow goes back to her old ways.
you know.
Quite a lot, actually. For one, he has a massive collection of books about serial killers. But also, Sam, are you a shapeshifter? I knew it! Actually, I didn't suspect a thing. So how does it work? Can you be anyone you want? Can you be Ariana Grande? So, what about you? Are you human, or are you something else? Who is Sam? Yeah, but you're like Human Plus, Human 2.0. You're actually a superhero. Bronwyn and Rain are going to be so stoked. Ah, no fair. Fine, my lips are sealed. This is going to be so hard though. He's off the radio. I don't really know him. Actually, I'm glad you're here. I really, really want to do a reading for you right now. You know, to help. Great. Let me just draw 3 cards for you. I shuffled before you got here. Okay. Oh, the 2 of Cups. That's mysterious. Is there anyone you feel a spark of attraction to? Maybe someone you've met recently? The Lovers. I did not expect that. It seems this attraction has the potential to be life-changing, if you want it to be. And finally, the Knight of Cups. This card is about pursuing your heart's desire. I think it's time to tell that someone special how you really feel. Wow, what an interesting reading. Does it mean anything to you? You catch on quickly, don't you, Sam?
Because everything seems to be made out of wood and metal. So this one has got a heavy metal handle, and then it's got a, looks like could have perhaps been maybe a shiny metal.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where do you think it's from?
Where?
You're the detective. Monroe just called. This is madness. Who would want to hurt her? We've worked together for years. She's the light to my shade, the angel to my demon, the diamond to my lump of coal. She told me to say all those things. Heavens no. I have a wife and 3 children, beloved spawn of my loins. Monroe and I are good friends, that's all. Only a madman. Or woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and Monroe, that was her idea. Our show. We were just another local radio station before that. It was Monroe who decided we should have a theme. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe. Don't tell me you haven't heard it, detective. That's what the Free Radio Project is all about. Uniting August via the airwaves. Monroe's been delivering free radios anywhere people might want to listen. Doctor surgeries, hairdressers, the guest house. I believe she charmed the local electrical store into donating them, in exchange for free advertising, of course. We interviewed her about her scholarship not too long ago. Do you think whoever killed Dorota plans to kill Monroe? What makes you think she's in danger? Tarot? Does this have anything to do with the gentleman who stopped by? I didn't get his name, I'm afraid. He offered to do a spot on our show, doing tarot readings to answer listener questions. We said we'd think about it. You know, this town is fascinating. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Have you ever read up on the real history of August? The official story is that Mary August retired from a life on the high seas, found a nice spot here, and used her ill-gotten gains to establish a town. But that's not what really happened. It's true that Mary August was a pirate, but she didn't retire. Her ship was sunk on the rocks just off the coast. Mary and all of her crew sought refuge in a small fishing town, this one. They slaughtered everyone, men, women, and children, all dead and dismembered in their own homes. The bodies were dumped in a mass grave. Well, the body parts. And the pirates moved in. No one knows. It seems at some point it was built over and then forgotten about. It could be under the school, or the church, or right beneath our feet. I didn't expect news to travel this fast. You can't tell anyone else. I've not told my wife yet. I think she should at least hear it from me. I will leave my wife either way. I do hate people that jump ship only when another ship pulls up alongside them. If I drown, that's only right and fair. You can't condone my actions, I understand. Divorce is strangely delicious. A great polarizing topic for society. So many people think it's clearly wrong. So many people think it's clearly acceptable. As the tide turns, the stigma fades. Enjoy your life, detective. I hope you pick once and pick right. Dennis Piper, or Victor, as he's now known, an over-affectionate fan that read one too many Lovecraft novels, tried to sacrifice Alice, would you believe? Lucky I was here to save her. Yes, Dennis became Victor and moved to Sweden under the witness protection scheme. That's a whole other story I don't know about. Yes, I'm surprised she told you about that. How did that come up? I see. There's a plethora of ways you could have protected your source, but instead you pretend you've been having breakfast with Alice. Maybe you should see a psychiatrist, Sam. I can recommend a good one. On that note, I should probably get back to the booth. The show must go on. Death threats be damned. Look after Monroe, detective. She's the only Monroe I've got.
Lies Vanessa's body's gone. Just the throw ring.
I couldn't do this without him. He looks out for me. He's my best friend. What do you know, Sam? It's true. A girl likes to keep her options open. What if someone new were to turn up in town and I realize that I like them more? Then save me, Sam. You'll be richly rewarded. I delivered radios all over town. I don't think I should have bothered with some of them, though. I don't think... Violet, is it? I don't think Violet liked me very much. Maybe. I don't know why anyone would be threatened by me, though. I'm not interested in stealing anyone's man. I didn't steal Poe. He gave himself to me. It's not what it sounds like. Dorota lost her scholarship. She said it was an administrative error. She showed me the letter and everything. No, I didn't. I told you he'd asked to take pictures of me. You never asked if we were selling a pendant together. The money was for her, Sam, so she could have her dream of being a cellist. I wanted her to have her dream. It doesn't matter now. No, not exactly. I told him I was in trouble with credit cards, and he offered to bail me out. I asked if I could have one of his artifacts, and of course he gave it to me. I just want to make people happy. To put out into the world what I want back. Is that too much to ask? It hasn't made me happy yet, but maybe one day someone will.
Perhaps some danger that's lurking.
I find the whole subject fascinating. What makes them tick? Nature or nurture? The FBI's behavioral science unit profiled your average serial killer as a white male in his late 20s. Not very progressive, is it? Probably right here? Why? I didn't realize I was under house arrest. Thanks for the advice. I hope I'm not the only suspect.
Some people hate it, but what it actually relates to is being out of control. Now, the tightrope itself, what is one of the main things you have to consider when you're walking on a tightrope? Not that you would know, Poe, obviously.
Oh, it's you. I was hoping it might be Zach. No? Oh, him, yes. I've heard him on the radio. Never met in real life, though. Are you mocking me, Sam? No, I have never met the man. Yes, now I remember. It's the one in the hall. Sometimes cuts through the unbearable silence in this place. Not really. I expected her to be blonde for some reason.
They're busy in his dream, aren't they?
They are, and they... But Marek, what I'd like to say to you is that doing is a positive thing, then you should always be receiving positive things. You don't necessarily need to give them all of your time and your emotions.
I'm Poe, and this is your
August update.
August update.
Contagion by Ashley Van Hesteren.
I'm sorry, can I help you?
I've...
It's not a very good time at the moment, I'm afraid.
Really? Anything I can help with?
No, not really.
It was not that limited. All this needed was an audience to be infected. Easy here. There's so much theatricality surrounding this. So much ritual, so much awful curiosity. After another as easy as walking down the street past the tree, past the bridge, past the...
John, I'm gonna be fine.
How long?
On the radio? I started at Radio August about 2 years ago. Why?
No, I mean, romantically. Do you want me to leave my wife?
I only want you to do what makes you happy. I'll be waiting for you either way.
Why didn't you tell me about Dorota?
What didn't I tell you about Dorota?
That you... I'm giving you a chance to tell me now.
Can't we talk about this another time? It's just that it's late, and I'm about to get murdered. I thought you'd come to put your arms around me and tell me everything was going to be all right.
We need to...
Stay at the radio, Poe. Sam's taking care of me now. I'm gonna be saved. Didn't you know? I love you.
I love...
That girl, she was near. There was so little light left to feast on in her world, in her every moment of calm, every smile, every restful night. He tainted.
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Burning in her chest, the weight on her shoulders, the pain from the demon's whip.
Zach, the game is up. I think you should leave town.
What?
I know where you were last night. I followed you to Dorota's house. Well, I didn't know it was Dorota's house until we arrived. Call it women's intuition.
I was at the studio.
Don't change the subject. Sam and Dupont will put two and two together.
And then what?
And then they're going to arrest you. You weren't there long, I suppose, but then I guess it doesn't take you long, does it?
You're spying on me.
I followed you there, then back to the studio. You lied to the police. You lied to me. I'm done with you. We're finished. Don't come back here again.
Pills don't hurt, right? She'd been like this that day. But in her heart, of course they don't. You'll sleep, and it'll be up. Hey, yeah. And the bottle opened in her hands. It'll be no longer a burden, no more pain. But of course there was more. Pills don't work very well. She'd only gotten sick.
Good evening, Zachary. That's for being a creep with Alice. Now get out of my radio station.
Until he wasn't. More time, and the girl tried again, rewrote the... Just different enough to work this time. The virus ready to spread. The blood stained the porcelain and he relished it.
Hi, I'm Alice. I'm Alice.
Yet, that death alone couldn't start the contagion. It needed an audience. Oh, easy. They paraded her face on story, painted the town red with her hair and full curiosity of the audience, fed the other home a louder voice, and let them spread. A boy this time, good. After the first dom, he and sure, good. He wouldn't take long. The demon knew it, and he didn't. The demons are already there. They just need it.
Hi, I'm Lexi. Oh, I'm Lexi.
A little lying goes a long way after the virus starts.
Do you think you're a suspect?
Not that I know of. Chief Dupont asks me for favours, so I think I'd know.
Did Zach kill Dorota?
I don't know. But something about him has certainly changed.
Host, gotten too big for this poor soul to bear, tore him.
It's going to be soon. Whatever happens to Alice, it will be soon.
How do you know it's going to be soon?
I can sense it. Are you not picking anything up, Lex? There's a traveller nearby.
No. How do you know all this?
Mescaline mainly, but I don't recommend you try it. Do you really want to hear this?
Yeah.
At uni, I read a book by Aldous Huxley called The Doors of Perception. He takes mescaline and basically trips his balls off. And the party girl I used to be thought, yay. My experience wasn't anything like his, though. People looked like tiny rainbow outlines, and I would notice that some of them would just appear from nowhere. Those ones, the ones from nowhere, I think they're the travelers. They kind of merge into one person, and suddenly there's only one outline. That's what I see. But you, no drugs for you, young lady. Tea and nothing else, all right?
New August. Dark nights with hope.
So, aliens. Violet. What are we thinking, Lex?
Violet and aliens?
Hasn't Bron told you? Violet said she was abducted by aliens. But not your usual stick me on a slab, call me grey type aliens. Aliens that decorate.
Decorating aliens?
Strange, isn't it? Why would an alien decorate? Perhaps an alien that's not an alien?
If it's a traveller, why is it strangling people? Why August?
Well, it's a right, obviously. But the alien Violet's talking about probably isn't the same traveller. Perhaps this is something new we haven't discovered yet. Using humans as decor.
Ray, why do you pray for them?
Well, because right now, I can't think of anything else that would help.
Maybe try and get answers from the tarot?
The only tarot with real answers is Mercury. And Mercury asks the questions. So other than staring at it for the rest of the night, I'm out of ideas.
Of those around me. So I did it. Long after midnight, I went out. Good chance one of them would. I found the gates of madness and experience. First time. It changed my life. Easy to say, harder to live through. A magnitude 8 earthquake shattered my world.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
Horrible. At first they tried to get me to talk.
Why do you think the killer's chosen Ellis?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm a redhead. I suppose I should feel left out.
Then they sent me back into the world.
It's getting closer, isn't it?
What's getting close? Do you think this John Pope is involved?
I doubt it. As far as I know, they're live on air a lot of the time, and not sure he could have nipped out, murdered Dorota, and made it back for the news at 10.
So it could be him then?
It could be anyone. It could be you, Ray.
What's getting closer?
The event. Whatever's going to happen to Ellis. I can feel it.
Can. Out there, it's a chill night, and there's been rain, so...
Hey.
How's the Ouija?
Full of annoying voices that aren't helping me. I've only just got back from the photographer's place, so I haven't had a chance to go at it yet.
Say anything about me?
I didn't ask yet about you. Do you think I should?
No.
Alrighty, stay there, and I'll think of a question. Okay, let's see. Oh dear. I asked it if you were still the same Rain I knew and loved.
I feel hostile eyes on the back of my head as I head towards the dark end of the street. Foot soft, but it is. I slow down.
Rain, what an unexpected pleasure. Maybe you could help me with something. When you were here yesterday, you don't recall seeing a small green velvet pouch anywhere, do you?
No.
Well, keep your eyes peeled. The pouch contains Augustan gold coins, believed to have been part of Mary August's original hoard. Oh, sorry, you don't know the town's origin story, do you? Suffice to say, if you see them, please return them to me. They're in the pouch for a reason. If anyone comes into contact with them, bad things happen. I have to be on air in a minute. Another time, maybe?
I take. I once watched it overwhelm 3 skinheads who thought I was their victim, and they were young, strong, and used to getting stuck in.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
To prepare, get some clothes together, do a bit of reconnaissance. I couldn't count on being so lucky a second time. It's still... I tried to defy the beast a couple of...
What can we do to help Ellis?
Haven't we done enough? Not many people get to know when they're going to die, let alone get the chance to avoid it. We've given Ellis a huge advantage.
So what should we do? Do you really think she's got a chance?
Maybe. Maybe Sam's her lucky charm. Anything short of an apocalypse would be considered a victory at this point.
And of course, I will not tell them why. There's no predictable pattern to it. Years can go on.
What are you doing now?
I don't know. I don't want to lie about my alibi again, though. What should I do?
Log into Tarotism.
Good idea. I'll stay in my room, log in, and wait for you to give me the all clear. Then they'll know I'm not a suspect. You're the best.
How many others there are out there? How many beasts? Or am I just one amongst many vehicles for a single slayer? There surely must be unique amongst all mankind. I've tried to be discriminating. The beast, though that first time was senses put themselves in my path. It's a way to live with the monstrosity of it. It's barbaric, but at least I tell myself the Slayer only takes those that the world is better off without.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Stagger into the killing ground. But he, and it is always he, is just being careful. Take my time, leaning forward, hands on. Anticipation within me. Hey mate, you got a light? Nerves making.
I followed you to Dorota's last.
Are you insane? Why did you follow me, you stupid bitch?
You killed Dorota. You had sex with Dorota.
I absolutely did not.
Then
she texted me to come over. Then she asked me to watch her play with herself from a distance. She likes people to watch, didn't you know? It's probably best if we didn't see each other for a while. You know where the door is.
You're an elephant. And I'm relieved. I need it.
Violet, I'm actually a bit tied up at the moment. Well, in danger, actually.
Why don't you like me?
What? I like everyone. What makes you say that?
You're trying to take Zach from me. You told Sam I didn't like you.
It's just, when I dropped the radio off at the guest house, you weren't very welcoming.
I get suspicious of...
There's always strings, right? Did you feel guilty about not listening? It's okay. I'm not a doctor. So we can be friends now?
Yeah.
Amazing. I've got a lot going on at the moment, which hopefully I'll get through. And if I do, I'll come and see you at the guest house sometime. Okay?
This is through me, just a trickle of the broken body crumbles in my grasp. He has fouled himself. I can smell.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Fullness of the night. Time to get out of here.
Did you get a call from my doctor?
Your doctor did call.
Did you tell her I was being compliant?
I said you were taking the pills.
Thank you, Claude. I won't forget that.
You said you saw other heads when you were taken.
Yes. Other girls, younger than me. Nobody I recognised. They all had red hair.
Do you think this place is nearby?
Maybe. If there's some kind of film studio or something. The place didn't look like this place. My memories are vivid and clouded at the same time.
Legs and muscles taut with cramp. Safe home at last. Anonymous block I could find. I relax in a warm bath and wonder whether the satiated slumber of the beast and the memory of the assault grows hazy.
I haven't asked you about Zach.
Until a few hours ago, I never heard of the guy. Creepy as fudge, if you ask me.
Thanks, Lexi.
Anything for you, Chief?
Hopefully I'll get a bit of peace and my life can be normal for a while, but in the longer term I can see no end to it. There's needs, and I have no...
Chief DuPont. Grave news indeed.
Will Ellis be...
No. She wants me to keep broadcasting, which means I'll be booth-bound for most of the night. She'd be safer at home, with someone protecting her.
Can't I get someone else to handle the radio?
And murder Poe and Monroe? No, Chief DuPont. Ellis couldn't take that. Not tonight. We did think of asking you to do a guest evening at some point, though, if you're interested.
No, I don't want to dilute my brand. I would love to.
Then I will pencil you in, Chief. It would be an honor and a privilege. Sorry, I must go back to the broadcast. The radio, she calls me like a siren, and she must be obeyed.
August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
The Bag Lady by David F. Schultz. Read by Venomous Platypus. Closet, peering through the crack. It floated there.
He didn't. He was the one in her bedroom last night. I never made it that far. I just followed him to her house. I wrongly assumed we were in a relationship. I thought that he was cheating on me. Which he was. I saw him leave Dorota's and I followed him straight after. I don't know if anyone else was there. Nobody went in or out whilst Zach was there. I tailed him as soon as he left. He drives like a maniac, so I'd lose him otherwise.
But a subtle morphing. The robes were fish. Bedraggled hair was seen. Only they weren't, except for a moment. Deep-sea horror reigned with row on row of teeth, too impossibly large to fit. Until it wasn't. Playing with the image.
Sam, I've got some heavy rain news. Lawrence Petrovsky, that's his real name, and no, he's not a Russian spy. But he does have a criminal record. He was charged with the murder of a 21-year-old artist. Looks like he got off on a technicality by all accounts. About 3 months ago in Hong Kong. Be careful, Sam. If you're going to ask him about this, it could be a flight risk. And you know, there's a good chance he could be the killer. Door's behind you. Yeah, Dr. Tanner. She's checking up on Violet. Why are you still giving her a hard time about this? She's had it tough enough already. She's had a shopping list of medical issues. This is just the latest thing. She might seem tough on the outside, but she's frightened, Sam. About a lot of things. The doctor said the aliens are delusions, a side effect of her previous alcoholism. She's been sober 6 months, and I don't want to change that, Sam. The neuropathy she suffered due to alcohol is causing her problems. The pills are to try to help with that, but guess they have side effects too. Memory loss. She's not a monster. Just a little girl lost. She was drinking to forget. She ran with a bad crowd a few years ago. They branded their backs with symbols, basically a cult. The leaders were imprisoned, but they left a lot of baggage behind. You won't get any mileage talking to her about it, I assure you. Rain's still a suspect. No corroborated alibi. Bronwyn Castle has one, Lexi Taylor doesn't. I got my search back on Rain, or Petrovsky, as we should call him. He's got priors that you're looking into. Rain met Ellis when he was touting for work. He gets around quickly. Zach seems to be a fan of serial killers. At least, you've told me he has an extensive book collection on them. You found another connection between Zach and Ellis, selling Poe's pendant in exchange for nude photos. Zach has a thing about this, doesn't he? Ellis knows Violet because of the free radio project. Ellis thinks Violet doesn't like her very much. I'm not sure I like you very much. Where's the proof? Violet's just admitted being at the crime scene last night with Zach. It's not looking good for Zach now. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. I think you've narrowed it down to Zach, Rain and Lexi. That's just my professional opinion, mind you. Feel free to ignore the person who hired you. That's it.